Okay, anyway, so we're moving on to Beyonce. So apparently a country music station, Beyonce wrote a song about Texas. Y'all, you know she's from Texas. She's got that Texas drawl. And she wrote a song about Texas. And a caller called into a country music station and requested to hear this song from Beyonce, and they rejected it. And then I'm pretty sure a couple hours later they were like, this is probably not a good idea. This is gonna blow up in our face. We're gonna have culture wars in our face. Maybe let's go ahead and renege on that. And of course they did go ahead and renege on this. This comes also in the face of recently with the Grammy Award with JayZ getting up and saying, you know, us getting deja vu of Kanye West getting up on the stage saying, I don't mean to interrupt you, but, you know, Beyonce had the best, you know. So there's that. So let's talk about this for a second. This is how I feel on this. When I've been looking, I've been seeing ridicule and backlash from both sides of the aisle. I've been seeing it from, you know, white conservatives. I've been seeing it from, you know, liberals, but I've also been seeing it from the conservative end of the spectrum, black conservatives and black liberals. And so right now I just feel like in America, you guys know that I live in France, but I am American. And I just feel like American politics, American entertainment, everybody's just too close up on it. I feel like if people just left and went to Africa or went to Europe or, you know, went somewhere else other than America just for a hot second and just looked at all of our entertainment and politics from, you know, bird's eye view, just a fly on the wall for a second there, they would see that, like, the culture war stuff is not doing anything for us. And, you know, there is a disparity. You cannot deny it. There's a disparity because of race, especially misogynoir. You know, black women. That right there is where race and gender lie. There's an intersection between that, and people just have to recognize it. You know, do your research. Check out that video that I recently released about why DEI is necessary. You can actually look in the timestamps. I give you the exact timestamp where I provide some books and some movies and some series that you can look at to get more information. Know your history. Know your history on colonialism, on even just human history. You know, how we came out of Africa, how everybody's ancient ancestors come from Africa, but Europe decided to colonize half the world. Do your research and you'll understand why this is there. And once it's acknowledged, we can move on. We can let it go. It doesn't have, my husband is white. It doesn't have to separate us. It doesn't have to divide us. It doesn't have to make things so silly-nilly. So I silly-nilly, that's not even, I don't even know if that's an expression, y'all. But you know what I'm saying. So I would definitely like to see the older, wiser black people at least go ahead and acknowledge, hey, Beyonce and JayZ have done a lot for music. They've done a lot for the younger generations. They've done a lot for communities, their communities, you know. But at the same time, yes, we would love to see them take a bigger stance, a better stance of just saying, hey, you know, I'm not going to entertain this. If you're not going to give us what we deserve, what we are due, then we're just not going to entertain it at all. Yes, go ahead and put that out, but also just at least give that rapport, that young to old, old to young rapport, that positivity. So I wasn't necessarily seeing that on the black end. And then on the other end, you know, with white conservatives, even white liberals, there's still backlash. So it's just that point of like, everything is so contentious. People need to come up out of their feelings a little bit. Old needs to be there for young. Young needs to be there for old. It's in my book, guys. Check out my books. We talk about this because if I think about it, JayZ and Beyonce, they fall pretty much in Gen X. And baby boomers, I mean, I love baby boomers. This is my mom, my aunts, my uncles, generations. But a lot of them basically were very liberal when they were young. Very liberal. That's how they forged so much change in terms of diversity, in terms of integration, desegregation, in terms of civil rights. That's how they were able to do that. But as they've gotten older, they've got hyper conservative. And I mean, I hate to say it, but sort of a hyper jaded too, you know. And so I would love to see that collaboration, and I would love to see that acknowledgement that Gen X, Gen Z, millennials, that we're trying our best and that we were handed a very, very difficult torch to bear, but we are doing what what we can, and we can do more if we receive a little bit of embrace from the older generation. So y'all tell me what you think about that.
Will you dare to love?
Check out my book, Millennial and Gen Z Guide to Marriage, Love in the Age of Lies, Deception, and Mistrust. Peer to peer, I will journey with you in the pitfalls, love, laughter, and even in the pains that come with marriage. Despite the bad PR, I believe our generations shouldn't give up on love just yet. This book will make you look at millennial and Gen Z marriage, life, and love with a refreshing new lens. This is our time. Compared to baby boomers and Gen Xers, millennials and Gen Z are getting married less, buying homes later, and suffering poverty more. Whether you've got a bit of hope or you need some hope desperately, here are all the tips and tricks taken from my own experience and my own millennial marriage. You'll grow in love and happiness when you apply them across marriage, other relationships, your career, health, and every aspect of your life. Millennial and Gen Z Guide to Marriage, Love in the Age of Lies, Deception, and Mistrust is available now on Amazon. I'm so happy you're on this journey with me. Let's get started. Order your copy today.